Long ago, in the bright kingdom of Lioria, sunlight fell like golden ribbons across rooftops, and evenings carried the scent of sweet cinnamon air. In a tiny lavender-painted cottage on the edge of town lived a kind girl named Ella. Everyone called her Cinderella, not because she slept in cinders like the old tales, but because she tended an enchanting glass garden behind her home, filled with crystal flowers that glimmered like starlight. Ella's mother, a famous glass artist, had created the magical garden before passing away. Each transparent flower was hand-blown, enchanted, and alive with her mother's love. When wind passed through them, they sang like tiny bells. Ella protected the garden fiercely, it was all she had left. After her mother's passing, Ella's father remarried. Her stepmother, Lady Morwen, arrived with two daughters, Drusilla and Portia, both older, powdered, pampered, and always complaining. What an unusual hobby. Lady Morwen sniffed the first time she saw the glass blossoms. Flowers should be fresh and fragrant, not made of glass. Ella simply smiled. They are alive in their own way. But once Ella's father died unexpectedly, Lady Morwen's sweetness vanished faster than morning dew. She forced Ella into chores from dawn until nightfall, sweeping, scrubbing, cooking, and caring for her spoiled stepsisters. "You are lucky to sleep near your precious garden," Morwen sneered, moving Ella to a dusty shed just beside the crystal blooms. Still, Ella remained kind. Still, the glass flowers sang for her. A message from the palace. One sunny morning, a royal announcement spread through town, sung by fluttering scrollbirds that carried messages in their beaks. A Grand Lunar Ball. All maidens of the kingdom are invited. The prince will choose a partner to help rule the land. The scrollbirds twirled overhead like excited ribbons. "It's finally happening," Drusilla squealed, clapping her jeweled gloves together. "I shall charm the prince with my nine-step giggle," Portia boasted, wiggling her shoulders in what she believed was a dainty manner. Lady Morwen turned dramatically, gown shimmering. "Ella, prepare every dress, every accessory, and make us stunning. But you're not going." Ella swallowed disappointment but answered politely, "As you wish, stepmother." At dusk, when chores were finished and the house quiet, Ella walked to her glass garden. Fireflies danced around the crystal stems, making them glow like fallen stars. "Oh, I may be foolish," she whispered to the flowers, "but I wish I could go too, even just to see the palace lights." A faint chime rang through the garden. Wishes spoken in kindness always find a way. Ella spun around. Standing before her was a radiant figure, shimmering like molten glass, a graceful woman with hair of swirling starlight and robes patterned like autumn frost. I know you," Ella gasped. "You look like your mother," the figure completed gently, "but I am only a memory of her magic, your glass godmother." The air around them glittered in soft hues of sapphire and silver. "Cinderella," the godmother continued, "your heart cares more for blooming dreams than for owning them. Such a heart deserves one night of wonder." With a wave of her hand, glass vines spiraled around Ella, not frightening but dancing. They melted away into the sky, revealing a gown crafted of the night's gentle glow, silk as pale as moonlight, petals of crystal roses blossoming across the skirt, starlit threads shimmering every step she'd take. For shoes, the godmother lifted two delicate blossoms from the garden. They reshaped into glass slippers, strong as diamonds and light as air. Ella gasped in awe. "They're beautiful." "Beautiful, yes, but fragile dreams must be respected," the godmother warned. "Return before the lunar bell tolls 12, or the magic will fade." A sculpted glass carriage emerged from the garden, pulled by 4 dancing silver-horned deer. The rain sparkled like icicles. Ella hugged her godmother tightly, tears of joy glimmering like dew. "Thank you for everything." "Go," the glass godmother whispered with a proud smile. "Shine like the star you are. A night to remember." The palace was breathtaking, towers spiraling like moonbeams, chandeliers dripping light like waterfalls. Guests spun across a crystalline floor shaped like a crescent moon. But when Ella entered, everyone paused. Like a soft wind had hushed the room. The Prince Arion, stood at the head of the stairs. His cape shimmered like waves at dawn, and his eyes, kind and curious, lit up when they met Ella's. Stepping down, he said, "You look like someone who belongs among the stars." Ella laughed nervously. "I feel more like someone who scrubs kitchens." His smile widened. "Even stars must begin somewhere." Arion whisked her into a dance. They glided as though the floor had turned to clouds, the music lifting them higher. Guests watched in awe, unaware that Ella's heart beat faster than every drum in the orchestra. "Where are you from?" he asked. "A small place," she replied honestly, "but my dreams are large." Arion nodded thoughtfully. "I don't want a princess who only knows how to wave from balconies. I want someone who knows how to make things grow, someone who makes the world better." Ella's heart warmed like sunrise. They escaped the ballroom to wander the palace gardens, flowers glowing like moon pearls, fountains whispering secrets. Ella pointed at a wilted plant. With a soft hum, she planted a tiny shard of stardust from her dress into the soil. The flower revived, petals turning silver. Arion stared in wonder. "You're magic." Ella shook her head. "No, I just remember love." Just as their fingers brushed, dong! The lunar bell chimed. The first chime. Then a second. "Oh no," Ella whispered. "What's wrong?" Arion asked. "I have to go." "Wait, I don't even know your name." Ella ran, every step chiming like wind on glass. The final bell struck as she reached the carriage. Magic burst like a bubble. Her gown dulled into work clothes. The deer vanished into fireflies. Ella panted, barefoot on the palace stairs, except for one glass slipper, still shining like a piece of her heart left behind. The search for the girl who believed. The prince had only a slipper and a promise in his heart. "I will search every corner of Lioria," he declared, "and find the girl whose courage glows like moonlight." Lady Morwen heard the rumor and nearly fainted. "That mystery girl shall be one of my daughters. Ella, you are to stay hidden until the search is over." She locked Ella in the shed and tossed the key into her pocket with a wicked grin. A garden's fury. Days passed. The glass flowers dimmed, their guardian was gone, and when the prince's carriage finally approached the cottage, Ella pressed her forehead to the window. "Please," she whispered, "don't forget me." The glass flowers trembled. Leaves sang in wild harmonies. They stretched, grew, and twisted, forming long vines of crystal that slid like snakes under doors and around hinges. Clink! The lock popped open. Ella stepped out, just as the prince's knight tried the slipper on Drusilla. "It's too small," she wailed, foot crushed like dough. Portia stomped toward him, the slipper bounced off her oversized heel like a pebble skipping from a flat rock. Prince Arion sighed with disappointment, until the glass flowers chimed. He turned, and his heart knew. "You," he breathed. Ella curtsied shyly. Lady Morwen shrieked, "Impossible, she's nothing but a..." Arion raised a hand. "She is everything you failed to see." Ella slipped her foot into the glass slipper. It fit like moonlight fits the sky. The room silenced, even Morwen's protests froze. Arion extended his hand. "Come with me, not because you saved a flower, but because you saved a prince from giving up hope." Ella smiled, tears sparkling. "I will come, but only if I may bring my garden. It is part of who I am." Arion grinned. "Of course, we could use more beauty in the palace." A new dawn in Lioria. Ella returned to the palace, this time through its gates as a welcome guest. Her glass garden was replanted in the royal courtyard, expanded, flourishing, gleaming like constellations on earth. Villagers from all over visited, leaving with renewed courage and seeds of hope. The palace became a sanctuary of wonder, not because of riches, but because kindness had taken the throne. Arion and Ella ruled side by side, not as people who had everything from the start, but as a pair who understood the value of nurturing even the smallest spark into a shining star. Every lunar ball afterward ended with the same tradition. The prince and his princess planted a tiny glass bud, and let love bring it to life. Ella never forgot where she came from, and her mother's magic lived forever in every crystal bloom. For even the most fragile dream, when cared for with love, can grow into something everlasting. The end.